We're used to things like pencils falling down when we drop them. But have you ever stopped to wonder why they fall? Really stopped and wondered. Well, here's why. Welcome to my channel. When you hold an object in your hand, like this pencil, it's being pulled towards the center of the Earth with a force called gravity. Now, if you were to let go of that pencil, it would immediately begin to fall. That's because the Earth is like a giant magnet and it pulls everything towards its core. But why does it do that? Well, to understand that, we're going to have to do some science. Get ready. Everything in the universe is made up of atoms. Even you and I are just big piles of atoms. And these atoms have gravity too, like tiny little mini magnets all around us. And every single one of those atoms is pulling on every other atom with an equal amount of force. So the atoms in this pencil are pulling on the atoms in my hand with the same amount of force that the atoms in my hand are pulling on the atoms in the pencil. So it seems like we should be able to levitate objects if we could somehow cancel out the gravitational forces between the atoms on each side. But we can't. That's because there's also another force at play here, and that's electromagnetism. The electromagnetic force is what holds the atoms together in our bodies, in the pencil, in everything. It's also what makes magnets stick to refrigerators, and it's stronger than gravity. The electromagnetic force is so strong, in fact, that if we could ignore all the other forces in the universe, like gravity, the pencil would still stay stuck to my hand. But we can't ignore those other forces. One of those forces is the nuclear force, which is what holds the nucleus of an atom together. Without the nuclear force, the positively charged protons would fly apart from each other since, like charges repel. And the reason that electromagnetism is stronger than gravity is because of the nuclear force. The nuclear force is so strong that it overcomes the electromagnetic force at very short distances, like inside of an atom. But outside of an atom, the electromagnetic force takes over. And that's why we can stick magnets to fridges and why we can't levitate objects. The only way to overcome the electromagnetic force is to get really close to an object, like within an inch or two. And that's not easy to do, since the average size of an atom is about 1/10,000th of an inch. So to get close enough to cancel out the gravitational force between the atoms on both sides of the pencil, we would need to get it really, really close, like impossibly close. So next time you're holding a pencil, just remember that you're literally holding the entire Earth in your hand. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more. And be sure to tune in next week when we take a look at why planes do fall out of the sky. See you then.